Welcome to this episode of our construction engineering drawing, and in this video we are going to be doing how to construct the borderline and title block, then also a triangular prism and pentagonal prism. So without wasting much of our time, firstly, when you set your paper on the board, target the paper to be balanced on the board. What am I saying? When you place your T-square on this place, whatever length you have here, for example now you're having 2.5 in this place, must be the same length you're going to have on the other side. So you can see now this one is also 2.5 at this place, so that means your board is straight. So when you are projecting, you won't have any issue. So when you discover that, you just tip your board. So now for your borderline, it is always 20 millimeter downwards. So to have a fast work, I'll just say from here to here I have 20 millimeter, and on the other side here I have 20 millimeter, then here also I have 20 millimeter, and also down here I have 20 millimeter. Also here I have 20 millimeter, then on this side I have 20 millimeter. Same thing here, 20 millimeter, and lastly 20 millimeter. So you can see I just mark out 20 millimeter from all the sides around. So I'm just going to take my T-square and target what I have measured there. Make sure it is straight. So from there you can draw your line. So from there take another 2 points on that plane. You draw it. Take another 2 points also from here. You draw it, and lastly come here. And you draw it. So you can just connect each line that you've drawn before. So without wasting much of our time, that's off. So for your title block, you're going to be focusing on this part. Your title block is always mostly at the bottom right. So and it is 120 by 120 millimeter. It's very easy. You pick 120 millimeter, which is 12 centimeter on our metal rule. So we mark here, and you take your T-square, then project it up to an angle 90 degree. So doing that, you will come and measure another 120 millimeter here, which is 12 centimeter again. So and you can check from here. So you're having 12 centimeter. So you can just take your T-square and project it backwards. So now that you have different lengths, you can thicken it out. You have this, and you have this here. Now we have a 120 by 120. Next thing to do is to divide the vertical line. Take a vertical line of 4 centimeter. So you can just measure that 4 centimeter. Measure 4 centimeter, and you can project it downwards. You want your work to be fast. You are using T-square. You might not need to measure all your projections. So that is 4 centimeter. Now we are going to be dividing it to 6 parts. 6 parts. 6 parts. 6 parts. So we take 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Since you have your T-square, you can just project it to the other side. So yeah, another thing you need to do is to take the half of this box that was divided. You want to take an horizontal 10 millimeter. So we come here again, we pick 10. No, we picked 20 before. Now we're picking 10. Pick 10, pick 10, pick 10. We are targeting the middle. So pick 10. When you pick 10 also, we are drawing this one to be a faint line. It's not really going to show very well. And when you are doing this, make sure your T-square is clipped to the board very well, so you don't have a slant line in your paper. The reason why we can do this is because our paper has been stabilized on the board before we started constructing. So any line we draw, we are sure that it is straight. So yes, the next thing to do is to take 2mm from above and 2mm from below for each of the boxes. For a professional, you just have to take a little bit of this, but for me that I was just starting, I will just have to measure it. So you can just take 2mm from here, 2mm from here, 2mm from here, and from here. So that's how you're going to do it downwards. Now we are done with the title block. Now we are taking 2mm from above and below. So now this is how your title block should look like. Remember, 120 by 120, then divide it by 40, then this side will be 80 like that. Then take 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Also take 10, 10 in the middle. Then take 2mm upward and downward. That's all. So we are going to be taking the first question on triangular prism. So the question says it's going to be displayed on the screen. So as the question has been displayed on the screen, you have to draw the top view, keeping one edge perpendicular to XY. First thing you draw is to draw your XY plane, or your XY line rather. So you name it XY. And note that the top view is always below the line, while the front view is always above the line. So now we are keeping one edge perpendicular to XY. And according to what they said one of the rectangular faces of this triangular prism is perpendicular to the vertical plane. So I'll just take something as an analogy here. Let's take this as a vertical plane and take this surface as an horizontal plane. So and it told us that one of the rectangular faces is perpendicular to the vertical plane. That means, assuming this is a triangle, here, you have the prism, it's going to have a base like this. So if it is perpendicular to the vertical plane, you have the picture like this. So now if you are now asked to construct the front plane, you see that you'll be seeing the triangle from the top. This one we have like a triangle on the top. So when you are seeing the triangle on the top, that will be your top plane. Your front plane will be when you are seeing the rectangle. So without wasting much of our time, just start constructing. And remember, they said its corner is 10mm from XY. So 10mm is from XY. So we are taking 10mm from here, 10mm from here. Then an edge, the edge from the top view. So when we are taking an edge, that means the triangle will be at the corner to that XY line. Remember, this is 10mm rather. This is 10mm. Now we start drawing our triangle. Triangle has 35. The side is 35, so we are taking 35, which is 3.5 centimeter from here. So we boarding it. Sum of angle in a triangle is 180, so divided by 3, that will be 60. This is our protractor. So our angle 60 from here will be this point. That is angle 60. Then you take it to this place and measure that 35 again. Measure the 35 again. You have this point here. So boarding it to that point, and surely the remaining one should be 35, as you can see. 35. So you draw the line. So you have your equilateral triangle. This is the top view. So you are projecting it up to get your front view by using your angle 90 degree. Project it up. And remember, what is the axis? The axis there is 50 millimeter. So you measure 50 here from, it's 50 here. And you take your square and draw from here to here. So the remaining thing now is just to put in the view and indicate your dimensions. So to indicate your dimension, you can make your dimension very neat, very simple. So you just have to take your angle 90 and you put the dimension in the middle. Here too, you can come here and indicate your dimension also. So for here we have 50 millimeter. For here we have 35 millimeter. That's all for this first question. The second question, we are going to be doing the pentagonal prism. We are through with this triangular prism. This is the top view and this is the front view. So onto this one now, we are dealing with the second question. It's going to be displayed also on the screen. It says a pentagonal prism. It has side of base 30 millimeter and the axis of 60 millimeter. And it's resting on its base also. This one is also resting on its base. So if the base is going to be a pentagon resting on its base. So, and one of the rectangular faces is parallel to VP. It's also parallel to, that means it's standing and it's parallel to the vertical plane. So, and the total is also that is 15 millimeter away from it. If it is 15 millimeter away from it, that means we can only see that distance from the top view. So we will see that 15 millimeter from the top view, and we all know that top view is always below the XY line and the front view above the XY line. So now we are going to be constructing our pentagon below the XY line, being the top view. So we just measure 15. That's our 15. I'll write 15 here. So now we start constructing our pentagon. Now we all know that the length of the side of the pentagon is 30 millimeter. So you measure 30 millimeter. Take a straight line first at any random length. So measure 30. Now, if you remember the formula that I spoke of in the last video, that n minus 2 close bracket 180, you use it to get the number of angles that you're going to be using. So, and for this one, it is going to be 108 for pentagon. Then you will get 208 if you divide it by the number of sides. So now, if you're going to be using 108 to get the angle, so you take a protractor. Now, you place it at the center. You can see I'm placing it at the center. So you look for 108. You start from a 0. So this is 90, this is 100, this is 110. So before 110, we have 108. You mark it. Then you connect it with the last point here. And when you do that, you measure your 30 millimeter. Having done that, you take your protractor again, place it at the last point here, the middle. Then you, from here also, you count 108 from here. So that will be 108 here. Connect it to the last point and measure again 30 centimeter. So that's how we're going to be doing it. Take it again, measure another 108 from here. So, and that's going to land here. Measure your 30 millimeter. So we have our pentagon. The last one, you can see that it is 30, so you don't need to measure that again. So now that we have our pentagon, we project it up now to get, remember I said this is our top view. We project it up to get our front view. So the axis is 60. You have to measure 60 from here. Once you measure 160, if you are using your t-square, you don't need to measure another one. You just use that your t-square to draw the line. So now we've gotten our front view. You just have to broaden it out and put your dimension. So you can see that when you are looking at it from the front, you will see the actual length of the middle rectangle face only. The other length are slant, so you can't see the actual length. So now to get the dimension, you just indicate it very easily. And you can use this to dimension it. Just put 60 millimeter here, and you put 15 millimeter again. You can put the 30 millimeter that we're using to cut it. You can put 30 millimeter also here. It's either you put it here or you can put it here also. So that is for the pentagonal projection. So thank you very much. Do well to like, share, subscribe and comment on this video. Thank you.